vortech Superchargers booth with Trevor Kaplan from vortech, and we're looking at their new S2000 centrifugal supercharger kit. Trevor, can you tell us a little bit about this kit?
Absolutely. This system is very, very close to release. We're very excited about what we've gotten and all the R&D we've done so far on the system. The way the system sits right now, we have the only turnkey supercharger system in the industry that's going to come with air-to-water aftercooler. We're also including a piggyback electronics in the system to control timing. It's something that some of the competitor systems don't have, and this gives us more control of the unit. As you know, the S2000 engines are very, very finicky. They're pretty specific on what they want in terms of timing control, and just even what the stock NOx sensors do in terms of pulling out power and pulling out timing. We make 25 different superchargers, so we're able to actually pick the supercharger that works best on the engine. We are the only company in the industry that has an SAE-approved supercharger dyno, and we're able to pick through our series of 25 blowers or make new superchargers if need be, instead of just picking from maybe the one that would generically fit the size of an engine. And so we put a lot more science and R&D into the actual fitment of the unit. So our match came up with this unit, which is one of our SC trim superchargers. It's capable of about 20 to 25 pounds of boost. It can make about 750 horsepower, given an engine and drivetrain, of course, that would support that. The way the system comes, it's going to be about 7 to 8 pounds of boost. It's going to include our air-to-water charge air cooler. It's going to include the electronics, all the mounting hardware, the brackets, the ducting, the lines, literally everything you need down to the hose clamps and the zip ties. Our kits are completely turnkey. The only thing we don't have yet is a retail price. We're still very, very close to release. We're doing all the final castings and roller molding of parts and getting there, and we're just waiting on the final numbers. But it should be within the next probably 30 days, I would think.
Okay.
And the system, however, I do know is going to be very competitively priced with the other systems in the market, except you get the air-to-water charge cooler and all the other units. Stock horsepower in the vehicle is 240. We're putting about 358 out of this one. We're picking up another 118 horsepower, and that's very conservative. There's a lot more room to go. We will have upgraded components for people that want to run more boost. I mean, the charger and the cooler are unlimited, so it's really how far your imagination can take your vehicle.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the ignition timing management? I know that, as you mentioned, it's a critical issue with these motors, and no one else has done that to date.
Absolutely. That's part of the reason we've spent so long developing the system. You know, we had a car since before SEMA, and we've been working on it ever since SEMA, just tuning in all of the specific details. With the distributor and the ignition setup that are on these cars, you can't use a conventional crane or an MSD box like we did with our Civics. They do need something a little bit more intricate that actually reworks the computer. They don't have all the details at this time until the system is officially released, but basically it's going to be a piggyback module that will give you more time. Will automatically give the computer more control of what the timing would do, so that you're not pulling out timing. Again, these motors are so specific with NOx sensors and whatnot, taking out timing in terms of even gear noise from the blowers or added airflow, added temperatures, things of that nature. The computer starts to be really finicky and again pull out timing, which cuts horsepower and affects the performance of the vehicle. And we're able to curb all of that.
And does vortech expect this timing control to provide a boost in performance in, say, the mid-range levels over what competitive systems might provide?
Absolutely. I mean, the nature of a centrifugal vehicle or centrifugal supercharger, of course, is linear power up in the upper RPM band. Realistically, it's a Honda engine. It's going to make its horsepower and its peak up above VTEC anyway. That's the way the car was designed to run. You know, it's certainly not a torquey V8 motor, but these motors run strictly up horsepower, and this car just makes amazing amounts of horsepower. And that will pretty much give you everything that you need. But yes, because of the cooler and the increased boost, you are going to have a substantial horsepower and torque gain throughout the whole RPM band. But again, when you're talking about substantial airflow, when you have a motor that hits VTEC and can actually start to flow more air and use the air better, that's where you start to make really a lot of power.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.